Okay, welcome back to my channel. Now, this story really is not black and white. I don't know if you've already watched it, but this show is a must watch. It is based on a true story written by a novel that is based also on the true story. Now, it premiered on Prime Video, and I binge watched the entire season today. And it was like so many twists and turns, and it went into things that you would not even imagine. And it is called The Truth About the Harry Quebert Affair. I don't know if I say that exactly right, but it's got Patrick Dempsey in it. Now, okay, I normally do not get into a series where I have to sit and watch this, but it is about an author who is trying to get another author that he has known for years off of a murder charge. Well, 2 murder charges to be exact. Now, you would think that this author guy would be super grateful for all of the stuff that I would guess his apprentice, I guess you would call him, does for him. And in a way he is, but this man had done not as horrible as it would appear, but some things that could be questionable. But on that note, here's what I think. Okay, so it is always not what it seems up until the very end. Now, there are people that you will think that did something, and then you'll be like, oh, but there's no way. And then you'll think, oh, well, that person didn't have anything to do with it, and then they did. Or you'll think, how was that even possible? Or how did this even start? Or where did it even start? And as you get further into this series, it's like every turn, it takes a deep dive, even more than what you thought it could. And they suspect and they accuse so many different people of doing these murders that even you start questioning, wait, did that happen? How did that happen? Well, how are they going to prove that didn't happen? Especially since it was based on a story that happened in like 1975. Now, this story, I did not think I would get so immersed in it. It was about, like I said, so there's this author, and he writes this book. And then he goes, because he gets writer's block, to this little town. And he rents this house. But he's also a high school teacher. And he decides that he needs to get away for a while to try to write this second novel. He's got so many different blocks that he can't, create something new. Well, he meets this waitress who's only 15 at the time. And he becomes so immersed with her, and as does she with him. And she believes that she's completely inevitably falling in love with him at one point. Now, he does feel the same way to an extent, but the good thing is he does not cross the line to where it makes him I guess unquestionable. I mean, yes, some of the decisions he makes could be questionable, and they probably should, because considering he's 34 at the time. But I get what drew them to each other. Now, it goes into after they had found her body, like, because now they have to figure out because there's more than one body, of course. But they have to figure out who, why, where, and it's not straightforward at all. It is more of what's going to happen next, who's going to be accused of it, how are they going to prove that this person had something to do with it and this person didn't. Oh, wait, I didn't see that coming. I mean, there are so many twists and turns about this show that I had to sit and watch it, rewind it, rewatch it at some points, because it was like if you took your eyes off of it, you were going to miss something very important. Now, like I said, the guy that's trying to prove his innocence, he was a student as because I guess the other author became a professor, but he was a student at his college, and he wrote this one book, and it was about a year or so later they wanted another book, and he was already like in this contract, so he had to do it, but he couldn't think. So then these bodies were found in a specific location, and you'll have to watch the show to find out where and how. And when this happens, his professor is the one that is accused because of the time that he had stayed in this area or this location. And I would say it is very important that he does do what he does, because eventually, like my husband says, the truth always comes out, and it doesn't remain a secret for very long. In this case, it did, but it was because of all the lies, the deception, the truth, and the lies. Like I said, the lies were a big key factor. When some things were supposed to come out early on, they were covered to where it kept it a secret, and only in time you'll find out why. But this series, it makes you question a lot. It makes you question not only yourself, it makes you question other people around you. It makes you question sanity in a way. And it makes you question, what are people capable of and what they are willing to cover up in order to get away with murder. And not just any murder. These murders were astonishing. It was also about like a forbidden love story. But I guess I would say it was something that they both wanted, and like eventually, but they knew that it was, well, she didn't, he did. He knew it wasn't the right time because of her age, but she was wanting to run away with him, and he wanted that, but then he was also afraid that his lie would start coming out. Now, there were lies in this household where this 15-year-old was living. Her dad was a preacher, and he kept a lot of dirty little secrets to himself, as did she. And he should have gotten her help instead of letting it carry on, longer than it had. But I kind of see why he did leave it and let it go. Only because of the fact that he was afraid of losing his daughter. Not like physically. Well, you'll eventually understand physically as well, but it's definitely not what you think. And it was like every time you thought you knew the story, or every time you thought you knew who was really doing what or what was really going on, it was not. And you were like, wait, no way, that's not right. How? And when this show starts slowly in this book starts slowly unraveling, and you're like, I did not see that coming. Oh wait, that was a twist that I didn't even think would be logical enough to happen. Now this series, my husband even walked in and did not even, he sat down and he even got immersed in it. Now, that's not very often that we both get into a show that is like, we have to watch it. We have to figure out what's going on and we have to understand. And we've got to like see it and we've got to watch it. And like he was even into it. And we don't get into shows very often together, but this is one that I think anybody, specifically if you like, I wouldn't say it is kind of a drama, but it's also suspenseful. It's filled with action to an extent, depending on, maybe not blow up action and stuff like that, but you'll see what I'm talking about once you start watching it. And it's definitely filled with the unknown, twist and turns, and like, okay, I didn't see that. Like I've been saying this whole time. It is a show that is a must watch. It like I said, it is on Amazon Prime. Now, if you want to know more, and after you watch it, message me, and I want to know your thoughts, so that way we can kind of be like, okay, this is what, and I can actually talk freely about it. But right now, I don't want to ruin it. It took me from like 10 o'clock this morning till just about 25 minutes ago to watch every episode. But yes, it is worth the watch. Like I said, okay, I hope you watch it. Let me know your thoughts and get back to me later. Bye.